What's up, everybody? This is Mr. 100K a day with another episode here at the biggest hater in track and field. Today, we're going to be addressing Xavier Worthy and Tia Jones. Great news, everybody. The good news is that she and he have completely decided, to totally drop charges against one another, to let go of civil matters against one another, and completely move on with their lives. Now, I hope they mean it. So that means that both of them have declined to continue pursuing the restraining orders against one another. And Xavier Worthy's decided to drop the lawsuit that he filed against Tia. Let's not forget, he said Tia stole his equipment, stole his stuff out his house, stole jewelry, did all these things, snatched plugs of hair out his head, stole money, defamed him, made negative defamatory statements about him, saying that he was abusive and lied, beat him up, snatched his hair out his head, all these things. Tia basically said the same thing. He was abusive. He come home, wanted to beat her up for absolutely no reason. A lot of negative stuff back and forth with one another. And I'm happy to see that they both dismissed charges against one another and no civil cases against one another. Both of them are doing very well right now financially. Well, not necessarily financially, but definitely he is financially. But athletically, professionally, their careers. So a lot of the time these things just cause just a lot of confusion in the air, and people just want to move on with their lives. Hope they don't want to get back together. I really hope that we all go through things in relationships, but I pray to God that they are completely moving on with one another, from one another. Because once situations and relationships get to this point, you've been publicly humiliated, you've been disrespected. Sometimes it's better to just get the hell away from a person, move on, cut your losses. We ain't got to sue each other. Whatever you stole from me, just move on. Just get the hell away from me. And I hope that's what he did. Now, I got a feeling that Tia Jones got that gushy and she'll be moving on to another athlete. Because if you remember, he also said, and we had the actual court document where she actually previously faced charges, had been dating another NFL player, and she assaulted him, snatched his hair out of his head, scratched his face, did all these things that she was accused of doing to Xavier Worthy. She had been arrested and charged for doing these things previously to another NFL guy. So her having gushy, her being a cutie pie, she's definitely going to be doing it. Some other guy be involved in another situation. Some other loser will come through and swoop her up and play Captain Save-A-Ho. This is what we do. But it's good to see Xavier Worthy has moved on from this, and hopefully he does not go back, not even backslide to hit it raw dog, because she will end up pregnant or something. And I'm sure his mom will be on top of him to keep him from doing that. But I hope this is a big lesson to him. A lot of black men out here, we love our black women, but when you got money on the line, some of these women who are unstable, whether or not they've had a father growing up or not, they still will only bring you backwards. So at this point in time, I think it's time for him to take the path that Rob Benjamin, that Kenny Benerick, that a lot of other black athletes have taken, from RG3, especially NFL guys. Get you a non-black woman. Get you an ethnically ambiguous woman. Get you a woman who is as far away from the black community as you can find. That way, you have a better chance of finding one that has had a father in her life, that has been taught how to be a woman, and been taught how to operate when you are a man of power and money, and you have a lot on the line. You can't take the chance of messing up your entire lineage and your money and your income because of some woman is unstable and she wants to fight you because you're cheating. In her restraining order, she talked a lot about this man cheating and then confronting him about him cheating, confronting him about his mom and all this stuff. All a bunch of crap. If I'm a multi-million-dollar guy, I should be able to cheat whenever I want, when I want. If you don't like it, go mess with them track and field guys. Most track and field guys are broke anyway. So Tia Jones hopefully can run back to where she belongs, back in the slums, back to her, her little apartment that she was living in before, and go bring some track and field guy down, because that is where she belongs. She definitely does not belong with the multi-million-dollar guy, because she will definitely destroy you. And now that Xavier Worthy's case is out there and everybody know what happened to him, hopefully other guys who have any type of money or power, they will look at what happened to him and stay the hell away from Tia Jones. There are plenty of scammers and D-boys that Tia Jones can settle down with and go, stay with them until they go to the penitentiary, because you will be taking penitentiary chances if you date Tia Jones. There are plenty of women that Xavier Worthy can settle down with. White women, Hispanic women, you get an African woman, but do not settle down with a woman who's black from the United States. There are plenty of African countries if she got to be black. You got Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of gorgeous women out there. But run run far away from black women from the United States if you want to keep your reputation and your money and everything, your sanity intact. Look at what Fred Curley's going through right now.
They asked me to be here and speak on his behalf, but I want to proceed with pressing charges on him.
Look at what Tyreek Hill is going through right now. This is a constant theme. If you date a black woman, oftentimes she is going to bring you to your knees, and you may end up in the penitentiary. Or you may end up like Ray Rice. Ray Rice, woman was drunk, he punched her in her face on the elevator, and he hasn't played a down in football ever since. So there are a lot of opportunities out there to fail and ruin your life. Just don't let your woman be one of them. So in the end, Xavier Worthy released a statement. He said, "I regret any misunderstandings or conflicts that arose during my relationship with my ex-fiance. I also acknowledge that my legal representatives may have made public statements about my ex-fiance that were intended to protect me but were misstated. In a relationship that spanned over a year can be an emotional experience, and sometimes words are spoken out of hurt and frustration. This matter has now been settled." You know, Tia Jones' lawyer also came out and said the same thing. The matter's now been settled. So this is a great thing for everybody. Everybody move on with their lives. You know, Xavier Worthy and Miss Jones can stay far away from one another. And I'm just happy to see this happen. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. Should they get back together? You know, sometimes when you get that girl and y'all get together, break up, get together, yeah, break up, that passionate lip biting, spitting in her mouth, makeup sex can be amazing. You guys can go back to it back and forth until it blows up and it ruins the guy's career and he ends up in the county jail with an outrageous bail. It can happen. But should he go back to her? If she got that gushy, is it worth going back to? Is it worth going back to? A lot of people have been caught up over gushy. Like I've said many times, Christian Coleman is probably going to go down the same path when Sha'Carri Richardson decides to explode and blow up on him. She never had a father. She has all the signs of an unstable woman. So I look forward to that going downhill also. But should Xavier Worthy, even if you don't go back to her in a relationship, should he in the middle of the night so that the cameras and nobody sees him in public because they know who they are now? Everybody knows who they are. Should he slide through at 2, 3 in the morning, getting them guts with a condom on, which he probably wouldn't use because of the fact that he's already been with her and it's unlikely he's going to backtrack. So should he backslide every now and then and bust them guts down? Tell me what you guys think. Anyway, this Mr. 100K a day. Happy to see Xavier Worthy free, no charges, no civil cases. Everybody move on with their life. Till next time, y'all. Peace.